Let's go to the big giants of English football, Chelsea Chaos. That's now the official name for the team. Todd Boehly has announced he's going to halve his time spent on the club. Mauricio Pochettino finally announced as the new manager. What are you hearing in terms of Poch's ability to make the decisions himself and become the culture builder that the club cries out for, as opposed to being caught up in the political anarchy that's really sunk Chelsea this season?
Yeah, I think your question is perfect because it's crucial. It's absolutely crucial for Mauricio Pochettino to help Chelsea. They have a fantastic amount of money to invest on the market, a fantastic amount of talents, I would say, because I'm sure the players they signed, they're very good, but they were not, I would say, on the same page this season. It was really complicated for Graham Potter and then for Frank Lampard to work with 32, 33 players, and they have many on loan. So now for Mauricio Pochettino, it's crucial to make decisions together with the board. This is the point. Pochettino will do that, I'm sure, because he signed the contract with some guarantees to decide together with the club. So the first point is to sell players. I'm sure Chelsea in June will be really busy with the outgoings because Pulisic could be on the move, Kai Havertz could be on the move, Loftus-Cheek will be on the move because AC Milan are interested in him. Many players will be made available on the market like Hakim Ziyech, Pierre Aubameyang. I'm sure that also Romelu Lukaku wants to stay at Inter, and so they will try to find a solution. So for Chelsea, will be really busy with the outgoings and then attack the new signings. I'm sure they want to sign 3-4 players this summer. New number 9, new strikers, they need goals. And this is why they will be busy with the new number 9. We have to keep an eye on Victor Osimhen, on many other candidates, but this is not decided yet. New midfielder, and they are in negotiations for Manuel Ugarte from Sporting, as we mentioned before. This is a very good defensive midfielder. They are in negotiation around 60 million euros. He has a release clause at Sporting, but Chelsea are trying to pay with different payment terms, so maybe in 4 or 5 years. And this is the same for PSG. So there is a fight between Chelsea and PSG for Manuel Ugarte. And then, as I mentioned, I would keep an eye on the goalkeeper situation, because they need a new goalkeeper. They are exploring the goalkeepers market. And about Chelsea, keep an eye also on Moises Caicedo, because he's doing very well at Brighton and he remains a player in the list at Chelsea. So if they're able to sell many players in the summer, Caicedo could be an option for Chelsea too.
Yeah, Christopher Nkunku set to finally arrive from Leipzig. Who do you believe will be Chelsea's starting striker come the first day of the season, Fab?
Honestly, from what I understand, from what I told my sources, they see Nkunku as a player who can play behind the striker and not as number 9. Of course, he can help as number 9 too, but they want Nkunku to play behind the striker. So they need a new number 9. They will sign a new center striker. They love Victor Osimhen, but not having Champions League football, is always an issue when you go to negotiate with this kind of players. And negotiating with Napoli president De Laurentiis is always complicated. Imagine after winning a title. So when he has the best player in Serie A and after winning a Serie A title, it's going to be really difficult. From what I understand, Napoli have an intention to ask for 150 million euros for Victor Osimhen as price tag. So imagine how complicated that will be. And then we have to see also the other options, because there will be a strikers domino. We will see what happens with Harry Kane. We will see what's going to happen with Gonzalo Ramos from Benfica. So Chelsea are waiting in this moment for the striker. They wait to see what's going to happen in the coming weeks, and then they will go for a new number.
This is a striker-rich transfer window. I can imagine that negotiation between Napoli and Todd Boehly. Napoli asking for 150, Todd Boehly countering with 170, and just negotiating against himself. Can we touch quickly upon Mason Mount, who joined Chelsea, age of 6, was the captain, age 22, but now 24 years old. Seems like he's done with the chaos. Reportedly wants to move to Manchester United. One problem, United's ownership in flux. What happens here, Fab? Where will this English national treasure end up?
Yeah, this is not an easy situation for Chelsea, honestly, because they're trying to extend this contract in every way. As you mentioned, he's a special player for Chelsea, Coban player, so they want to keep him. They are really trying to find a solution, but it's complicated. There is no agreement on the length of the contract, on the salary, on many details, and this is why the situation looks difficult. At the moment, the contract extension is unlikely. Despite Mauricio Pochettino, since he signed at Chelsea, he started to speak to the player, to try to convince the player. But again, at the moment, it looks really difficult. There are 2 points. The first point is about the clubs interested. Manchester United, for sure. They love Mason Mount, and they are prepared to make a bid for Mason Mount. But as you mentioned, they have to clarify the owner situation before attacking this kind of big deals on the market. Then we have to see also what happens at Liverpool, because Mason Mount is a target also at Liverpool. They have his name in the list. But also, I think it's going to be crucial to understand what Chelsea will decide to do with Mason Mount in terms of price tag. Because as of today, they keep asking 80 million euros, which is a lot of money for a player out of contract next summer. So all the clubs, including Man United, Liverpool, they are waiting for Chelsea to maybe ask for 150, 60, something like that. But they will not pay 80. So this is why it's a strategy moment, I would say, in the negotiation. We have to wait for a few weeks, but for sure the Mason Mount situation will be one of the big deals of the summer.
Christian Pulisic, we've got to assume he's just played for the last time in a Chelsea shirt. 4 seasons, 146 games, 26 goals, 4 managers. Honestly, I don't understand why he didn't leave this time last year. Pretty clear he was about to have a lost boy season amidst the chaos. Indeed, he played just 813 Premier League minutes this season. I think roughly he was booed for about 811 of them. So much rumour, swap deals, Newcastle, AC Milan, Napoli, which I can't believe Napoli. But what pathway does Christian pursue? Does he end up in another Champions League team where he's got to prove himself just to get into the first 11 every week? Or does he drop down a level, rebuild his confidence like KDB at Wolfsburg style? Gent is still only 24.
Yeah, and he wants to play football. This is the point. He can't continue like that. He has to be consistent. He has to be in the starting 11. This is absolutely crucial for him. This is why he's exploring, people close to him are exploring the Italian market, because in Italy, in general, when you sign players from Premier League, they're always becoming stars in Serie A. So this is very normal. Look at, for example, Edin Dzeko, who is now in the Champions League final with Inter, and Lukaku. All players coming from Premier League clubs are then making the difference. What I wanted to mention about this situation is that it's gonna be crucial to clarify that in the next few weeks, because honestly, at this moment, the player knows that it depends on the manager, but Mauricio Pochettino is very clear. He doesn't count on Pulisic. He doesn't count on many other players. So they will try to find a solution. There is a problem with the Italian market. This is very slow. So the player wants to clarify that in the next 2-3 weeks, but Italian market is very, very slow. Why? Because today I saw some links between Juventus and Pulisic. Yes, it's true, they appreciate him, the scouting department and people into the club. But they have no director of football at the moment. So who is going to be the director of football? Who is going to be the manager? This is not clear yet. And you can't sign a player for 30 million euros before knowing who's going to be your director of football. Same for Napoli, because the Juventus are now negotiating to get the director of football of Napoli. So they have to clarify that situation before understanding what's going to happen with Pulisic. So Italian market is going to be slow. I think this is going to be something for end of June, beginning of July, but Pulisic needs a solution as soon as possible. Otherwise, it could be the same situation as 1 year ago. Okay, Newcastle something, okay, some requests from Manchester United, but then nothing concrete, and the player ended up staying. He can't stay at Chelsea. He needs to play, he needs to be consistent, and I'm sure that he will make his move.